going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Makael. We are back with a new video. I know it's been a long time since we pressed record on the camera, just like as a regular YouTube video. But we're here with the new video for you guys today. To everyone watching, click that thumbs up button, which is the like button. And if you're on your phone, click the like button on your phone. There is a thumbs up button there if you're logged in on your account, and you should be, since you can't watch our videos if you're under 18.
Really?
Yeah, no, you cannot, or we can't get paid. For everybody else, if you're watching us for the first time, you never subscribe to our channel, subscribe. Or if you unsubscribe and you're like, well, let me see what they're doing, come on back and subscribe to our channel. If you did not know, Makael and I put up a new podcast this weekend. It's called Get Ready to Laugh. Make sure that you guys check it out. And also on Sunday, I uploaded it as a video. So if you did not get a chance to check that out, or if you didn't get the notification, please make sure you go check out that video. And make sure y'all click the like button on that video, because that was a really good podcast today, and a really good video. Just listening to it first and then actually getting to see the expressions. A lot of you guys were happy to see that. What else did I have to say? There was something else that I had to say, and I can't really remember, but go ahead and check out some old videos, some past live videos. Oh, if you want to listen to the Scorpion Show podcast, you can listen to us on you can listen to us on Amazon. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. You can download the podcast app and listen to us, iHeartRadio. If you have Android, you can listen to us on Google Play. Just look for the Scorpion Show podcast, and it should pop right up on your device to listen to us. And we put up a podcast every Friday, so make sure that you guys are listening to the Scorpion Show podcast. If you have any questions that you want to send to us, no, if my boyfriend, should I leave him? No dumb stuff like that. Send it to thescorpionshow@gmail.com. So as you guys know, over the weekend, it's been some crazy stuff happening. First, let's discuss the passing of Traci Braxton. For a while, we knew that that Tracy was not doing well, but we never discussed it. We never talked about it. The only thing that people saw was that Tracy had lost a lot of weight last year, and a lot of people were judging her. A lot of people were saying all kinds of things about her in the picture. And even like my friends, like in a group text, they brought it to my attention, and I let them know, and I was like, but I'm not talking about it or anything like that. But I always hoped that she was doing, would do good, and it hasn't been really times where people had seen her out in public since then. Or she will post like previous pictures from the past. But to know that she passed, I was a little sad on Saturday when I found out. I remember the times that we shared with her, like getting to know Tamar, or when we're out in LA, or if I'm down in Atlanta. We just had good times. Like, I can't say nothing bad about her. I wouldn't say anything bad about her. I've always had a good time with Tracy, and Tracy was just a whole mood. Like, she was fun, and I wished that, like, on the show, that we got to see more of that, and not, the wannabe. I wish we would have seen how funny she really was, because I always had a good time with her, especially out at dinners and stuff like that. I had a fucking blast with Tracy, and it's just, it's heartbreaking, I know, for the family, because this is their first major death, like, within the sisters, the mother and the father losing a child, a son losing his mom, a husband losing his wife, grandchild losing his grandmother. So that's really tough for them. And, when you have 5 sisters and something go down, it's always the sisters. And now you have one missing, which is it's horrible. Um, like I just my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to them, especially Tamar, because she's the baby, and you know she loves her family a lot. And y'all might see the fights and stuff like that. We've all seen them, but they really love each other. They're sisters, and people argue and fight all the time. Then get right back together like nothing happened. But it's tough when you the baby. Like for me, like I feel it's tough for me because days I just want my mom. I just want her. And you know your siblings try to talk to you, especially my two sisters. They think they my mom. You're not my mom. And I don't like people trying to make decisions for me, or you know I don't know, but it's going to be different. It's going to be tough times for them. So let's just pray for the Braxton family. Let's pray for them because it's really going to be tough. It's going to be times where they forget she's not here. You know they're going to say, "Well, let me call Tracy." Then you know you'll forget. It's just tough. I've never lost a sibling before. So I don't know that feeling of what it is, but I just say, just pray for them. Pray for them. And yeah, I just don't know what else to say. She definitely will be missed. And looking at the love from everybody on social media, it was crazy. Like Saturday, Sunday, all I did, like scrolling down, I just seen pictures. Was seeing so many beautiful stories. I seen Tawanda post a story. I seen Miss Braxton post a story on her timeline. I see Tamar post a story. But this is tough. And I love their statement. And yeah, so again, our hearts go out to them. I know it's not going to get better fast. Times will get better, but it's always going to be a wound there. It's always will be a wound there for them. But I hope that they're able to move on as a family. I hope that no fights happen because, you know, when death happens, sometimes families can split. But I hope that the love that they have for each other keeps them together and to appreciate each other even more. Yeah, so that's what I have to say. And I know some people probably want like a Braxton Family Values, a new show. I don't know how that would happen.
Well, I thought the show.
Yeah, it's canceled. Yeah, but like you know, they were talking about maybe coming back. I don't know.
No.
I don't know how they do that.
No.
I don't know how they would do it.
And I hope they don't mean come back for this.
Right. No, just they was just coming back.
Oh,
like,
coming back. Oh,
yeah.
Because I don't think the sisters would want to. It's too early to talk about coming back for this.
Yes.
But yeah,
and I hope that they can grieve just properly, and you know, I just wish the best for all of them. I know it's tough. I know it is, and the brother too. He losing his sister. Forgot Michael. Oh my! It's just a lot. So you just pray for them and keep them in your prayers. Mm-hmm. And I wish the best for them. I wish the best for them. Then I found out last night. Well, I found out over the weekend that one of my favorite wrestlers passed away yesterday. His name was Scott Hall. A lot of y'all know him as Razor Ramon or Scott Hall in NWO. And his life, he had a lot of ups and downs, dealing with addiction, with alcoholism. And he was really starting to turn his life around. Mm-hmm. And he got the help that he needed. He got a new hip replacement and everything. And he happened to have a fall a couple days ago, which led to him having 3 heart attacks and him being on life support.
And, where did he fall at his house?
I'm not sure where he fell at, but he fell and he broke his hip while falling.
Wow.
So I guess the complications from the surgery led to heart attacks.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah.
And once his family got together yesterday, they took him off life support. And nobody made an announcement until wrestling came on last night, and we seen that he passed. So it's just another tough death for the wrestling community. But I love how everybody is coming together, no matter what promotion you are, because I know everybody got this wrestling company is better. Everybody's just going back and forth. Like everybody is not even doing that. Everybody is just coming together, which is good to see. And I'll always remember him from my childhood. Always the Intercontinental Champion, or defending it at Royal Rumbles and Goldust and Jeff Jarrett and him leaving to go to WCW with Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash. Like, those are things like you'll never forget. And I'm glad that he was able to turn his life around before he passed. I'm happy for that. But he battled a lot of demons in his life. And he passed away at 63, and my heart goes out to his family, friends, and fans as well. I didn't hear about no other deaths or anything like that. But yeah, those two I definitely I wanted to talk about. Now that we got those two, Jussie Smollett.
You didn't say it right though. You should have said Jussie Smollett and Taraji P.
Yes, and friends and
friends.
Like, I think that the family, you would expect the family to defend. That's your blood. You're gonna defend your family. People do it all the time. Some of their family members are murderers, and they still talking about free this guy, free that guy, let him out. He ain't do nothing. Like, it's just a mess. Now, we found out while we were doing the podcast that Jussie was sentenced to 150 days in prison. He had to pay a $25,000 fine, then $120,000 restitution fee to the city of Chicago, and 3 years probation. Now, on our podcast, you was like, you didn't say it was excessive, but you did say that they made a lesson out of him.
They made him out. He was a scapegoat. Well, not necessarily a scapegoat, but they made an example.
They made an example out of him. That's what you said. They made an example out of him. Now, you guys, we all remember what happened 3 years ago.
It was 3 years ago.
Yep, wow, 3 years ago when this happened, and Jussie was going to go get something to eat at 2:00 in the morning.
I remember the alert came on my phone that he had been like attacked.
Right.
And after that, it was just alert after alert for 3 years about this case.
Yep.
But I remember the night that it happened, it came on my CNN app that he had just after Jussie Smollett basically was attacked in Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, and we found out he
had a
noose, and and everybody across social media said they support.
Because at first you thought like, oh wow, this is horrible.
Right.
But then slowly but surely, well, early on for me, when I started hearing the details, I'm like, wait, something don't sound right.
Yeah, I felt bad because at the time I was doubting Jussie, and I was editing our videos, editing out the parts where I said I don't think that this really happened. And I felt bad that I edited it out, and he was like, you better put that fucking video back up and put the original up, and then you see my original thoughts. Like, it just something wasn't right. It didn't add up right to me. And then we later found out that the guys that he was working with, one of them was on Empire, and that those two guys, they had bought not alcohol. Damn, I smell the alcohol. That they had bought the red hats, they had bought the rope and all kinds of stuff from the stores, and that they was able to like track these videos of them doing test runs and everything, and it was just... It
really started to look suspicious. Like,
right. Like,
who's doing a test run of getting ready to rob? Because how do you know that they're even going to be there to test run? If this was supposed to be a random run to Subway.
Yeah.
In a snowstorm.
In a snowstorm. Or a polar vortex.
And get this. I got on live the other day talking about this, and there were still people on the line defending him.
People are going to defend him, right? Now...
It's I don't know who's crazier, the Jussie Smollett defenders or the January 6th defenders.
Right. Now,
I don't know who's crazier.
People are saying, like, they at that time they said it was a hoax and everything, and then we found out that this stuff didn't happen, or they said it didn't happen the way he said it happened. but then he was let off the hook by the prosecutor, Kim somebody. I can't remember her name. I think it was one of those things that happened where somebody pulled some strings and was like, let this shit go, let this be the end of it. But some people was like, oh, hell no, you want to say this a hate crime? You want to blame this on Donald Trump?
Right.
And they had a grand jury and everything, and a grand jury found him guilty.
And I think that's where a lot of people missed the point. He didn't just say that he was attacked, but he tried to make it seem as though it was a hate crime against blacks and gays. And
they call him an empire nigger.
Yeah.
Like that.
And neither of that was true.
And that they was writing letters to Fox.
Yeah.
Remember all of that stuff?
People forget about all that. You know, listen, we don't like Donald Trump as much as the next man don't.
Right.
But we're not going to pin stuff on him and his group that they didn't do.
Right.
Don't do that. If they didn't do that, then why, first of all, why would anybody associated with Donald Trump care what Jussie Smollett is buying at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Right. Yeah. And they just happen to be...
and they just happen to be walking
in negative degree weather with a noose and bleach and gasoline. Or whatever else they had.
Or whatever else they had. Or whatever else the storyline said that they had.
You know?
And some girl on my live the other day was really like, well, you know, you don't know this. And I mean, like, that, there. And I'm like, wait, common sense. I know. Did somebody just scream?
It sounded like somebody screamed. I don't know what it was.
Common sense, I understand, is not very common around these parts. But I mean, come the fuck on.
Right.
What do you need to tell you that this guy was lying? I completely forgot all about the mysterious notes that was going on Fox News.
And Fox is like, you know what? Fox. And it's like, you know what, Jussie, don't even come back.
Don't come back.
We're going to write you
Even they fired him.
Yep.
They didn't believe him. They fired him too. Like, come on, what's going on? These fake letters that are coming to Fox, we got a show to run. We don't got time for this.
Yep. He was off the show, so he didn't get a chance to film the final episodes of the show. They gave him plenty of times to come. They gave him a plea deal. He didn't take it. He went to trial with it. And when you don't take plea deals, or if you say you claim you're innocent, then no, wait a minute. Remember, he went on Robin Roberts too, lied to her about all of this. And you know what's really tough is that he's an actor. So when he got told all of that stuff, he was like, I'm innocent. I am not suicidal. If anything happens to me, it was somebody else. Okay, and he kept saying it and kept saying it. Okay, we get it. Now, I don't think that he's suicidal or anything like that. I think that he made up a lie to gain more fame, and it blew all up in his face. It really blew up in his face, and now everybody's trying to say, oh, the prosecutors are, they really want to say that Jussie made this up. And, like, what do they have against him that they're going to say, oh, he's famous, and, we're going to just say that he's lying so he could go to jail? Because he made this up. If things don't add up right to you, if they don't make sense, it's not what it seems to be. If I tell you something happened and I can't give you the details or the full details of what happened or what I was going out to do and then what happened, like if there's something in the milk not clean, it's not right. And, I would think that people would doubt if I'm saying something. Now, there's a lot of people, it's okay, it's a lot of people who have made claims that they have had hate crimes against them. Like, he made it harder for people to even say, like, somebody did something against them. And then we went from Jussie having a crime happen to him to Asian Americans being attacked in this country because of COVID. Like, people have been attacking Asian people. Now, and one even went as far as to kill people in a parlor, like a massage parlor. He went to different parlors killing people. There's been a lot of things that's been going on in our country. And I just think that you have an ego problem when you do things like that to get people to love you because of a crime. Jussie could have done more good in the community. He could have made better music. and get it, to make it more mainstream and to get himself out there. He already does the movies and the directing. Like, you never heard nothing bad about Jussie.
No.
Like, you never heard anything bad about him. At one point, when Empire was the shit, like, they had soundtracks and their music was on the radio. Even he performed at the BET Awards, and he's saying about when a man loves another man. I'm not sure if he kissed somebody, but he was really leading the movement. He was doing things. Now, you got the gays now. You got some gays that's like, well, he lied. But then you got some who's just trying to sweep it under the rug on what happened. And, I want the best for him too. I want him to pay his debt to society and then come back and do what he does. But, it's always going to be people that don't trust him. Like, you could put it back together, but you can still see the cracks. You're still going to have the doubts. Or is this real or is it not? Like, we all want to see our people do well. We all love a good comeback story. Americans love a good comeback story. But we don't need anybody to be faking shit or making up crimes that did not happen.
That did not happen. That's
and
right.
I believe that he made that up.
That's right.
Can he be redeemed? Yes. Anybody can be redeemed.
He can be redeemed. But the problem is, and this is what I said on my live the other day, the problem is Jussie Smollett refuses to admit that he lied.
Right.
You have to first admit that you lied. Then the redeeming process. Right now, people are more and more aggravated with you because every time we turn on the news or social media, we see you now in the courtroom. Oh, I'm not suicidal, and then you have your brother coming out there defending you, which you said,
his brother said he's
now
in the
you
psych
have
ward.
Taraji P. Henson comparing the Emmett Till case to this, and it's like, Taraji, girl, we love you, we all love you, but this one you should sit out. Just show your support in private to Jussie and sit this one out, because that right there, no.
They're saying that she didn't mean it in the fact about she's saying that with Emmett Till
she
is from the standpoint of witnesses that lied. Okay, now I do have a problem with people saying, "Oh, well, this white person killed this person and they didn't go to jail." Like, I have a problem with that because those are like apples versus oranges. They're not the same. Now, if we had like rape accusers. If you poured up people that lied and said, oh, well, this person raped me and this rape didn't happen, yes, I do believe that the woman or male should go to jail if they're making up lies that they're being, that someone raped them. Just like Chris Brown recently had an accuser say that he raped her, and then he had the text messages saying, like, if I raped her, why is she sending me these type of messages after the fact? And he had voice messages and stuff. Now, whoever this Jane Doe person is, we don't even know who she is, but she should go to jail too. Like, that's the thing that I'm looking at. Yes, there will always be people, because the justice system is not for us. But there will always be people who will be able to beat the system by doing shit that they should go to jail for. Like, I don't like when they say, oh, because someone is so wealthy, okay, he accidentally killed 4 people and he gets no jail time. Like, these judges, some of these judges be getting paid off to come up with anything. Right. Like, I don't like the fact that the judge that the cop that killed Dante Wright only got, 2 years in jail? Right. And then she got
her name? Kim Porter?
Kim Potter.
Potter, whatever the fuck her name is.
And then she got, time served, so she's not going to be in jail for so long. And then you got the judge sitting up there crying about the cop, but she's not crying about the family who has to, who's living this. Right. Another family lost to a
These
cop.
judges be losing their fucking mind. Like, y'all get up on this bench and y'all, you're supposed to be impartial. Right. But then you get up there and you show all this to these cops. And then what makes me even more upset is that these judges are not questioned about this. They're called out on it, but nobody questions them about it. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they don't really answer to anybody for it. They just do it, and nobody actually says, Judge so-and-so, what were you thinking when you did that? What about the family? Nobody's putting a microphone in their face and asking them this.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, people, I think that a lot of people, do you know 150 days basically is a season and a half? Okay? So it's a season and a half. He'll spend spring and half of summer in prison. Then he'll be home. Okay?
He's not doing 150 years.
No.
He's only
150 months.
Right.
He's doing 150 days.
Okay? And now, oh my God. Jussie Smollett has to do 150 days. I can't believe it. Well, I can't believe he lied and put the fucking... Let me say this one. He didn't just lie. Mm-hmm. He had an entire city police department looking for these people.
Yeah, and they did it because he's famous.
And they did it, and they put more resources into looking for these people that didn't exist because he's famous. The police department were looking for white men
with MAGA hats. The whole time it was two black men that he paid to do this. Yeah.
You know how much resource the police department is putting into, especially because he's a celebrity, so they're going to go above and beyond.
Right.
Because now you got all of the media talking about it now.
Right.
So it's all the resources that the police department had to spend on this case. Then it's putting Fox Entertainment Network through a whole lot of agony and shit by every time you turn around, they're getting these handwritten letters that Jussie's paying people to write. Okay? Then that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Then he's doing these weird ass interviews, making it even worse for himself. Yeah, give him 150 fucking days. He's lucky I wasn't the damn judge. I'd have gave him 250 damn days.
They would have been after you.
Wasting somebody's damn time.
Yeah.
You know how much resources the police department could have been putting into other stuff rather than Jussie Smollett? Mm-hmm. Then if you notice, none of his friends none of the people that he was name dropping when all this happened, none of them publicly came out and said anything. Yeah. None of them.
Yeah, especially when you try to throw Don Lemon under the bus.
Don Lemon didn't. Frank Gatson didn't. None of them publicly came out and said anything.
Yeah.
Because they all said, listen, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. They did right. Mm-hmm. Then you gonna get up in that courtroom telling some, I'm not suicidal. I just want you to know, Your Honor. What are you talking about? Nobody's in that jail waiting for you to come in there to kill you. Yeah. You didn't even commit a crime worth killing. Yeah. You just lied. Like half the people in jail who did what they did. They lied.
Yeah. And they just happened to make an example out of him. Did he have to go to jail? No.
No, he didn't have to go. No, he didn't have to go to jail. But again, he was made the example, and that's all it takes. It's just one example. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? My mom used to tell me all the time when I used to get in trouble when I was younger in school, and I would always tell my mom, but it was me and such. My mom would say, I don't care who else it was. Mm-hmm. The teacher got you because she made you the example. Yep. Now you're in trouble.
Yeah. It's just like when you're around people who commit a crime or kill somebody and you won't say anything, they're going to put you down for it too.
That's right. You're accessory to the fact. You're accessory to the murder.
Yep.
You knew this happened and you didn't do anything about it? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to jail too.
Yeah.
You may not be going to jail as long as he is, but you're going to jail.
Yeah. Like I hate that type of stuff, but I get why they do it. Maybe they'll break in jail and say something, or maybe somebody say something. But I don't feel bad that Jussie is in jail. I didn't like his outburst that he said, I'm not suicidal and I'm innocent. I felt like he was so innocent. He should have been on this train, this wave. He should have defended himself on the stand. Did he defend himself on the stand? I don't think he defended himself on the stand. He should have defended him. Wait a minute. I think he did. He did get on the stand. He got on the stand, and that's when he revealed that that him and the guy that they was going to bathhouses and stuff. I was like, now that stuff I wouldn't have admitted. I wouldn't have admitted that stuff. You still got on the stand, and your peers, the jury, did not They only found you guilty of not guilty of one thing, and I think that was telling a lie to a law enforcement officer. He said something to somebody, but they found him guilty on 5 counts. It's a community. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't think nobody should just be like write him off and just be like, we're done with him. I do think that he should be given a chance. I do, and that's for everybody. I believe in second chances for everybody. It's just going to be tough for these movie companies or television studios to see past what happened. And you know it's definitely hard, especially when you're a black man. And just look at Monique. Monique, once she was labeled difficult, you don't see her working nowhere like that. The last time I seen her in the movie was, if it wasn't the Bessie movie with Queen Latifah, it was Almost Christmas. You haven't seen her anywhere. And, you know, Monique has been consistent with her story, but it still ain't getting nowhere. And 50 Cent, you knew about this story for years, almost 10 years. And your show been on for a long time and you never thought to have her on. Now, all of a sudden, you want to jump on the train and say, oh, Oprah and Tyler Perry owes her an apology.
Right.
Listen.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what apology the two of them owe her. However, I'm just going to say this for Oprah and Tyler. Monique is never going to get an apology that she thinks that she deserves from the two of them. I just feel like she's never going to get it. You're never going to get it after you publicly got on stage and told both of them to suck your dick. You understand what I'm saying? You may have gotten an apology that you thought you needed or that you thought you deserved if you wouldn't have done all the extra stuff that you did. But when you get out there and then you publicly disrespect somebody and tell them, oh, and y'all can suck my dick or they can suck my dick. Now you're going from, I want an apology to the two of them. Now you're going to, well, fuck both of them. And yeah, so you honestly think somebody like Oprah Winfrey is going to turn around and say, you know what, I'm so sorry, Monique, after you told her to suck your dick?
Right.
I mean, realistically, Kevin, what world is Monique and the people that support her living in to think that Oprah Winfrey is going to turn around and apologize to Monique after Monique got on stage and told Oprah Winfrey to suck her dick? Because if that's the case, then Makael can say, Oprah Winfrey, suck my dick, and then turn around and say, oh, now can I get an interview with you? It's not going to ever happen.
Yeah.
See, Monique wants them to be adults and apologize to her. But then she wasn't an adult in her response to them. And I said that early on. Regardless of what happened between the three of them, Monique's response was off. It was off. You can't handle, like for instance, I'm going to use me for an example. A few weeks ago, I cursed out one of my coworkers. And I did it in front of one of our supervisors. And it felt good to do. And it was coming. It was coming. After I cursed out this particular supervisor, when I left out, not the supervisor, coworker. When I left out, the supervisor who was standing there then called the big boss. And so by the time I got back to where I was needed to be at, the big boss was on my phone. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't walk up to people and talk to people like that. Bam. You know what? You're absolutely right. I was wrong in my approach. I should have handled that situation a whole lot better than what I did. Now, it felt good.
To get it out.
But I was wrong. I was wrong for how I handled the situation. That's what I feel that people are missing with Monique. She may have all types of valid points, because Makael had valid points. That's why he approached the situation the way he did. Because I had all valid points. Like you said, it was building up. But Makael was wrong in the way he approached the situation. Monique was wrong in the way she approached the situation. She then went on stage, after she told us how she felt about them, then she took it further and went on stage and went to this comedy show, oh, they can suck my dick and all that. Yeah. That's not how you do things. And then tell Oprah Winfrey that you want her to apologize to you.
And then she didn't like what Whoopi Goldberg told her backstage at
the View.
View.
Then she didn't like that. And mind you, we're talking about We're gonna move Oprah and Tyler out the picture. We'll move them out the picture first. You're talking about Whoopi Goldberg, and I was watching The View that day when Whoopi Goldberg told her on live television, "Had you called me, I would have told you how to handle this."
Right.
But you didn't call me. That's what Whoopi told her on TV because I was watching it. Whoopi Goldberg is somebody who's been in the business for over 30 years, over 35 years, damn near 40 years. We're talking about an Oscar winner, an Emmy winner, a Grant. This is somebody who's been doing this way longer than you were doing your thing on the Parkers. By the time you started the Parkers in 1999, Whoopi Goldberg was already a legend because she was already an Oscar winner.
She was hosting the Oscars.
And she was hosting the Oscars by then. And she told you, had you called me, I'd have told you how to handle this situation. But because you wanted to listen to daddy, I mean your husband, and you know, he's putting that bug in your ear, the wrong bug, but a bug. This is what happened.
Yeah, I think, you know, because she did that was a great interview she did with T.S. Madison a couple weeks ago. It's only 15 minutes. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I do think that Monique has been very consistent with her story. I haven't heard anything change, because if anything changed, we would have been said something a long time ago. But is it bad that I feel like her husband is in the way of a lot of things? I do. I mean, you want your partner to be there to support you, and because you know ain't nobody going to look out for you like your husband would or your wife would. But I also think that could be the downfall as well. And I do think that if Monique had somebody else, somebody black in her corner that can fight for her, she would have a lot of the things that she wants. But because he's there, a lot of people don't want to even want to work with her. Like when she did the Almost Christmas thing, I remember there was some emails that went back and forth about what happened on the set, and then it was Monique's husband going against Will Packer. And like it was stuff going back and forth. And I feel like maybe he shouldn't be there. But then again, that's her husband. If she wants him to be there, then let him be there. But she's not working anywhere. I think that she keeps herself up by doing these comedy shows. But it's tough when you have that husband and he doesn't. He doesn't have. It's not a good look for her. It's just not a good look. As much as she, and I think Whoopi tried to tell her that too.
Yeah.
I just think that she needs to remove him from the situation. She's never going to do it.
She's never going to do it because she doesn't believe that he's. I mean, anybody can see that he's steering her in the wrong direction. I mean, hello, look. I can't help but notice that she hasn't been working in a while. Clearly, he's steering her in the wrong direction.
Right.
And we all know, all of us know. Now, again, nobody's saying that what what Monique is saying is not true and it's not valid.
Tyler probably did say we owe you an apology.
And you just said it yourself. I have yet to hear her story change. I haven't heard her story change. She's been consistent in her story. I'm not saying that I don't believe her. I'm not saying I don't believe her at all. I'm just saying the way she went about it was wrong. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused at. They will hear you say the way she went about it is wrong and then take that as, oh, you're trying to say that Oprah and them are right. And it's like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Right.
I can say that Monique is right and then still tell her what she did was wrong. Because guess what? Can I tell you something? That's what my boss said to me when he called me. He said, what you said was right, but how you said it was wrong. You can't approach people like that. And he was absolutely right. And that's what a lot of people are missing. Nobody's saying that Monique is wrong. We're just saying how she went about it was wrong.
Yep. Yeah.
And Oscar winner Whoopi Goldberg tried to tell her, you're wrong.
And I don't think
she didn't even want to listen.
I don't think she's ever. And Tyler is at that position. He could apologize, and nothing would happen because he owns everything he has.
Right.
And he got money out the wazoo. He's probably a billionaire by now.
I can see Tyler Perry apologizing. But I can't see Oprah Winfrey because Oprah Winfrey's looking at it like, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm Oprah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apologize to you. And you told me to suck your dick. First of all, when have you ever even heard Oprah talk like that?
Yeah. I don't think I ever heard her curse.
Right. Tyler Perry, him being a man, I can see him saying, all right, you know, And then joking it off, like, you know, you and then the two of them together, and then they start laughing it all. Like, but Oprah, I can't see her joking it off. Mm-mm. No.
And it's too, I think her thing with Oprah is also too personal, because I remember Monique saying that she got into it with Oprah, like at a private event that was held, and stuff just went on. Like, Monique is still over Oprah for even bringing her parents on her show without, her permission or
I feel like that's what it really is. You're mad because you didn't have a good relationship with your family. And Oprah may have been wrong for doing that. I can't say if she was, if she wasn't. You know what I mean? Because this is how I'm looking at it too. Mm-hmm. I gotta take it personal. Right. That's like when Tamar tried to tell us about having K. Michelle on our show. Mm-hmm. This is our show.
Yeah. You can't tell us
what beef you got with her ain't got shit to do with us. Mm-hmm. So I gotta call you to ask you, can somebody come on my show? Yeah. That's how Oprah. This is my show. Your beef with your parents ain't got shit to do with me. So why I gotta call you to ask you, can they come on my show?
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna be on there talking about me.
Well.
Like that, I understand.
Well, K. Michelle was on this show talking about the situation with Tamar.
Yeah, she sure did.
Right.
She sure did.
Exactly. She let it be known that she was talking about Tamar.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't, I think we even brought it up.
Yeah.
Like, can't y'all work together to do something?
But that's why K. Michelle wanted to do the interview with us. Because she knew that we knew her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Oprah's looking at it from the way we were looking at it. Listen, this is news. This is news. Yeah, Monique, you have a relationship. You have a rocky relationship with your family. I get it. I had a rocky relationship with my Monique. I had a rocky relationship with my mother. I had a rocky. That's why my grandmother. I'm speaking of Oprah. Raised her. That's why Oprah, when she was younger, she was bounced from house to house to house. But my name is Oprah Winfrey, and I became Oprah Winfrey by doing these type of interviews. Mm-hmm. I've interviewed everybody. Yeah. I think Barbara Walters have interviewed everybody. So this is what I do. So for you to think that I have to stop to get you to approve if they can come on my show is ludicrous. I'm Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, I think that Oprah and Monique is going to have to do this privately and like get everything out in the open, and no mediators. Just let them say what they want to say to each other, because I'm sure Oprah know how to keep it real, and I damn sure that Monique know how to keep it real.
Right.
Now, will they ever reach an area where they can not even be friends, but just clear the air and just get, just let their hair down and not carry that no more? It's possible. But it's, they're both mature women. Mm-hmm. Monique is over 50. Oprah is what, 60 something? Mm-hmm. Let them.
Oprah 68.
Yeah, if they really wanna let it go, they can let it go. Right. But still, with these movie companies, one person should not have all of that power to stop someone's bag. Just like we hear about Harvey Weinstein. Mm-hmm. And him's like, oh, you won't suck my dick? Oh, you won't do this? Oh, you won't work in Hollywood?
But you know why one person is able, not just one person.
That's
I know what you mean. But you know why? Because a lot of these companies look for people like Oprah and look for people to invest
into their projects.
For their projects. Because a lot of them probably can't get the money and the funding that they need to start up some of these projects that they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. So you need somebody like an Oprah Winfrey with a deep pocketbook. Right. You need somebody like Will Smith with a deep wallet. And a Jay-Z with a deep wallet. You need these kind of people. So it would be smart that, listen, I may not, that's why if you ever notice, and I'm not even just talking about me and you, but people in period, certain celebrities will not say certain things because they don't want to fuck up their bag. You and I have done interviews with quite a few celebrities where at the end of the interview, they don't want certain stuff posted. Mm-hmm. Why? Because that could then turn around and be misconstrued by those listening, and it could fuck up their bag. That's why a lot of people do what they do and say what they say, and they're cautious about what they do and they say. And it's just like, listen, I get it, Monique, power to you. You standing up for yourself. You stick up for yourself. She's a Sagittarius like me. Mm-hmm. We stick the fuck up for ourselves, okay? I get it, but then there's a right way and a wrong way. And I learned that a few weeks ago. My boss told me, listen, you were right in what you said, but you were wrong in how you said it. And that's absolutely right. That's what a lot of people, I think, are failing to understand. Like, we're not saying that Monique isn't wrong. She just has to go about doing it the right way. And I just really don't think that she's...
But I think these companies should give her a chance. I mean,
well, yeah.
I think
50
they
Cent
really
is trying to give her a chance. So that's
and
a starter.
We'll see what happened with her and her husband and him.
Right. But can I say this too?
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I don't think that once, because I do believe in my heart 50 Cent is going to give her a chance. And I think that Monique he's going to give her, and the people that he worked with are going to give her a chance. And I think she's going to do well and excel. I have no doubt about that. But what I don't want is for people to see Monique doing good and then try to say, oh, see, now, I'm going to use this, now Warner Brothers, now you need to give her a chance. No. Let the ones over here that's giving her a chance, let them keep
And
giving
I
her a
don't want
chance.
50 to throw it in her face because he always finds a way to disrespect his
he does. But I don't think 50 will do that to her. You know why I don't think?
Bitch,
because I think that he will. I think that he would show respect to somebody like her. Because even though Monique, but I think Monique is old. She's old school. She's older than him, and I think that he would show her some respect. I would hope that he didn't do that to her. But I just don't want people to try to. Oh, now look. I forgot all these studios, Paramount Studios and all that. No, let Paramount and all them, DreamWorks and all them. That's all right. Monique is over here doing her thing. You know, we keep saying that we want more blacks and hire them. Well, now there's a black guy trying to hire a black woman, so that's more power to it. You know, and this could be a good start to something. Tyler Perry looked out for what's his name, the guy who was on the Cosby, Elvin. You know, he looked out for him. This is what we're supposed to do.
Right.
This is what we're supposed to do. And Monique, and now Christy is now looking out for Monique. So this is what we're supposed to do.
And we'll see if she end up in one of the Power episodes, or because I mean I don't know what other shows he has, but I know Power, and I did think he had that BMF show, but I don't
want her on that show.
I didn't get a chance.
That show has every potential of being a great show. It's just bad acting. They need better locations. They need a bigger budget. What would Houston say? We need a longer month. They need a bigger budget. They need a bigger budget on that show.
Yeah,
because half the show look like they recorded it on their iPhone. It just gives me that they're standing on somebody's corner and just recording it.
That's a shame. I didn't watch, but I heard one of the people, they say his acting is pretty good, and he wasn't a real actor.
I don't know. I don't know, because I just think that the show could do much better than what it's doing. And the father, the actor who plays the father, has been acting for years. He's been on good big shows. So I'm just like, yeah, he must have really needed to check the sound of this.
Yes. Now, have you been watching Bel Air?
I have. Now I stopped. The last episode I think I saw. I can't remember which last episode I saw, but Carlton and Will were going to go. They were campaigning for the dad.
Oh yeah, that was like the fourth. That was third episode.
No, I thought it was
third episode when the father had that name from North Carolina, and they did the stepping and everything in that episode.
Well, I don't know if that's the same episode where they were campaigning for him.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, same.
I thought that was the fourth episode because I feel like I seen something.
It might have been. It might have. That's when he got the friend. He was like, if we do this, if we could get the friend to come to Philly. So that's the fourth episode.
Yeah, because the friend has not... I haven't seen the friend come there yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I didn't hear exactly what he did, but I heard it was
Bitch, you would have thought they was fucking. Like, what you mean you ain't coming back?
Ooh.
No, you gotta come back. Ooh. All this and that, so you want this, like, oh, he was jealous. Oh, Makael, I was so mad, okay? If I could burn anybody, it would have been Carlton and Trey, okay? I did not, Trey made me mad. He reminded me of these niggas in Philly that will get you killed. Just because you're doing so good and you're excelling. You hear about all of these rappers who start to get a record deal. You know, they get a song popping on the radio and then somebody go off and kill them. Because somebody's
jealous, yeah.
And it happens all the time. Like, just because you down in the trenches don't mean I have to stay down here in the trenches with you. And I felt like Trey should have been like, you know what, Will, I'm going to support you. Because when your friend's eating, he's going to let you eat too. There's a possibility for you to come along on the ride somewhere.
Especially if you're supporting. You know what I noticed too? Meek Mill, O'Malley, Now I don't really pay attention to O'Malley like that. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he's Meek Mill's, if they're related or if they're just friends. But O'Malley is someone that is basically like always with Meek Mill. Mm-hmm. From the Dusty Meek Mill standing on the corner of 22nd and Berks, you will see O'Malley out there with him with the same dusty braids. They have gone side by side for years, and Meek Mill brought him right along with him because he stayed loyal to him. So anything you see with Meek Mill, you're going to see O'Malley standing right there. And get this, me and O'Malley actually share the same birthday. The same birthday, day, year, and everything. December 12th, 1986, yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, birthday twin.
Literally twins. Right. Same day and year. But yeah, like you said, if you stay loyal and stop trying to hold people back, that person will be like, yeah, that's been my homie for years. He ain't never switch up. He coming with me.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, they argue from the movie theater to the ride home to the house to bitch. It's time for y'all to get. It's time for you to get in the car and go home. Like I was like, damn. We ain't seen Trey since, by the way. We have not seen Trey since. But I love. First of all, I love that they got all that melanin on the show.
Yeah.
Everybody was
beautiful melanin.
Yes. And Uncle Phil.
Everybody.
Yes.
And you know Uncle Phil is pushing 50. I looked him up. Yes, in real life. He's 47. I said, oh my God, that's a good 47. Mm-hmm. Carlton, I'm not Carlton. Jeffrey too. Everybody looks nice. Yes. I'm not saying he's pushing 50, but he looks nice. Everybody looks nice. You round it off.
Yeah, well, round me off at 40.
Yeah, round me the fuck off. I'm laying on top of him.
You still in the middle. But once you hit 36, you round it off.
You're still in the middle. If there's a train happening, you are still the depot because it's gonna be a train on the side and then the depot in the middle.
But I love Bel Air. I watch it every Thursday. I love it. It's good. It's nothing like the original. That's what I love about it. Only thing that's original about them is the Banks name. Even Jeffrey's position. Jeffrey ain't no goddamn butler. Jeffrey is a G. Jeffrey is from the streets. He's ghetto. He be making things happen behind the scenes, and he's the lookout for a lot of things. He make things happen. I love this show. I really, really do. I'm so glad that I gave it a chance. Because at first I wasn't going to watch it. I was going to be like, oh, here we go. They're trying to do another reboot. And here we go. It's going to be another comedy. Is it going to live up? Then I started watching it. And I was just like, I fell in love. Because it was so Philly in the beginning. And they was over there on 60th and Market or 63rd and Market. Wherever they was, I seen the Market Frankfurt line. You know, like, and they had the Philly slang. They was on Philly streets. It wasn't like, oh, let's act like we in Philly. Bitch, it was so Philly. And they use our slang and trying to teach everybody else's slang. I love it.
The actor that plays Will is really good at it.
Yeah, Jabari Banks.
Yeah, it doesn't seem forced. Like he's using the words very well properly.
Yeah, he's from Philly.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Philly.
Because when I was watching it, I was like, oh, he's saying John and everything right.
Yeah.
And he's using it right. I had a few people say, what is John and how are you supposed to? I said, you know, John is one of those words.
Person, place, a thing.
Person, place, a thing. I can be talking about a John, like, damn, that John got a fat ass. And then the next thing is, pass me that John right there. Yeah. So you just never, but if you're in Philly, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Person, place, a thing. His house, yo, that John was so big.
And I was just like, wow, he's doing a good job. I didn't know he was from Philly.
Yep, from Philly. Yep. And I remember them doing like a video where Will Smith let him know he got casted for the show and everything. But I'm happy. I'm happy. Like, y'all, they doing a good job. And then there's another show on Peacock that's called Bust Down. Mm-hmm. That shit is hilarious, and I want you guys to check it out. And they be doing like a lot of throwback jokes. You gotta understand black culture to get some of those jokes. Mm-hmm. But it is hilarious. Y'all gotta check Bust Down. I'm 3 episodes in.
And that's on Peacock?
It's on Peacock.
Can I just give a shout out to? I finally got to watch Abbott Elementary.
Yes!
Shout out to them for... I just been... Because all these other shows I'm watching. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. They've been renewed for a 2nd season.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If anybody knows anybody, I want to be on an episode of Abbott Elementary because it gives me this The Office vibes, and I love The Office, and I love this show, and I think it's going to be a great success.
Yes.
I think that the writing is going to get better and better. I think that I can see new characters coming on Abbott Elementary. I just love it. And shout out to another Philly native, the creator of Abbott Elementary, and she's also the star of Abbott Elementary.
Yes. Quinta Brunson.
That's right. So shout out to her. Shout out to all black television that's popping right now. Bel Air, the one you just said.
Bust Down,
Abbott Elementary. Come on, y'all. Let's keep supporting these shows. These are black shows. These are shows where 90% of the cast are us. And yeah, we got to support them. And not only that, we're not supporting them because we're black. We're also supporting them because they're good.
Yeah, it's good shows.
They're good shows. They're good shows.
And what I love on Abbott Elementary, that Shirley Ralph is working. She has a job.
Right.
And she's good at first of all, she looks amazing.
She does. I watched her on The View like 2 weeks ago, and Cheryl Lee Ralph is excited to be working.
Yeah.
She was on The View and they interviewed her, and about, of course, Abbott Elementary, and she basically was just like, listen, my mother-in-law, her mother-in-law who's 99, she said my mother-in-law is 99, she still drives or whatever, but she's a former educator. I think she said her father was a former educator, so she comes from a family of educators.
Yeah.
So she said she felt right at home with this role, and not to mention...
And she played an educator in Moesha.
And she played an educator in Moesha, yes.
And she didn't play about Lauryn Hill when she told her to keep your heads in the books.
That's right.
It's not put food on the
No,
table.
it does not. But you saw that post I posted. No wonder why you said that.
Yeah.
Because the damn...
You tried it. I never knew she had a song out. Ever in my life.
No! Other than We Are Dream Girls.
Yes.
We'll make you happy. That's the only song.
Yeah. And she's married to the state senator, Vincent Hughes.
I told you I was in the elevator with them before. When I used to work at the University of Penn, they came there one day, and it just so happens I was getting on the elevator, but they were in front of me. So it was Cheryl Lee Ralph, her husband, and then there was like a guy that was with them. I don't know where they were going at in the hospital, but they were going somewhere. And then I hopped on the elevator with them, and because I was the last one on, so when we turned around the elevator, I was the first one. But she was standing like to the left of me. Her husband was standing right here, and then the guy, and whatever talking, whatever the case may be. And you know me. So when I got out the elevator, I went to the door to hold the door just so they could walk past me. She said, "Thank you." I said, "You're welcome." I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, oh my god. It's so yeah. But because they actually stay here right outside of Philly, I have a friend that actually does Shirley Ralph's hair from time to time.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool because a lot of times my friend, will show me like pictures or whatever that she'll take of Shirley Ralph after she do her hair. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so decent. And I asked her one day, I said, how is it that, she was like, oh, she's so cool. Like, she's just her. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's so decent. But they live here. So I think that's even more cool that she's playing a teacher on a show based in Philly and she's living here in Philly.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that.
Nope. That's my show. Like, I love it. And I think they come back tonight. It's today? What's today's date? Or they come back either this week or next week. But they took a little hiatus. I think next week they'll be back with a new episode. And I'm waiting. And I hope they get a full season with like 20-something episodes. Because I think this one they probably only getting like 13 because it's the first season. Mm-hmm. But I'm just happy for them. I'm excited. And yeah. And another thing. Y'all gotta watch on Netflix because I had a chance. Makael, let me tell you. When I tell you, I sat there for 5 hours and watched Worst Roommate Ever.
You didn't tell me because I watched it and I went to work and told people. They came back to work. Child, that show was good. Yeah. First of all, the first episode of no, not the first episode. The last episode when that girl was walking in that street and I saw that apartment and I said, wait a minute, that looked like Philly. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, it was Philly. And that incident that happened with him and his brother was around the corner from my house, and I said I never knew about that.
I think I've heard about it.
Yeah.
But you rarely hear murders in Elkins Park.
Right. And I told my coworker, and she was like, yeah, I remember this. And I said, well, that's right around the corner from my house. I don't remember that happened like 2-3 years ago. Mm-hmm. She said, yeah. I said, and then they was showing, how they show like outside scenes on the street and stuff? Mm-hmm. One of them streets, I go there, I'm like, wait, I don't know. Well, that's my shortcut way to get to Abington. It's because, I'm not one to take streets with lights and all that. But going through that area, you can get to certain places faster without having to run into a lot of traffic lights. So I was like, what's happening right around the corner for me? Like, I can literally get out of my car and walk to my house from there. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah, that last story about the squatter and he didn't know his rights.
Yeah, he knew him.
That was a fucking mess.
He knew him.
I would have paid somebody to kill him.
When he got that lady evicted out of her own apartment and arrested.
Mm-hmm. And kid took our cats.
And took her cat. Oh, you got to be kidding me. You have got to.
He took her cats and she busted out crying because she never seen them cats again. One of them, I think. She said she got one of them, but she never seen the other one, or she don't know what happened to the cat. Well, listen, that cat has been gone.
Kevin, it is no way that would have went. Then she had the nerves to say in the interview portion, yeah, because, you know, people say something about strong, but, you know, this can happen to even stronger person. I was watching it here, I go, not me. Because first, you know why it would never happen to me? Because I'm not one of those people that invite strangers into my home to live. Okay? We're not even doing too much of coming over to sit, let alone to live. That's one. I'm not inviting someone who I met off of Craigslist to come live in my home.
Haven't you heard of the Craigslist killer?
Hello? I'm never doing that. That's one. So no, miss, don't say this could happen to the strongest, because the strongest that I know, we use our brains. And then the other lady who said she let him move in the first day she met him.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God. The first day you met him?
He had the money.
He had the money truck. And a U-Haul truck sitting outside her house.
That would have been a red flag.
That's a red flag, because where are you going with this U-Haul truck? How long you renting this truck?
Yeah. Yeah. What they said, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. That's what it went off in my
Sometimes head. Red flags be right in front of people's faces and they don't even see it.
They don't see it. They don't pay attention. Listen to your intuition. Then the girl from Philly, the young girl, he didn't even sign the papers.
No, he didn't.
He didn't sign those papers that she been wanting him to sign.
How? No, get this. When she went to work and came back and her furniture was rearranged.
Yeah.
And then took the kitchen table and put them in her room.
Yeah,
So it was only two of us in here. Why you need all these chairs if there's only two of us in here? Because these are my fucking chairs. I don't give a fuck if it's 15 chairs at that table. They all 15 of them better be there.
Yeah. See, these people, they ain't had no
men. No, they ain't no men.
To help them get the fuck out. Like, you're not going to just move in my house. Then you're going to get Melson in here? Oh, no.
Return to sender.
Yeah.
Return to sender.
That's what I would have done.
Yep. Return to sender. Return to sender. He does not live here. Yep. Y'all got to stop letting people squat in your house. You know when I knew squatting was bad, Kevin? Because I had always heard about squatting.
In Detroit. And I know that they had some series in Detroit, but go ahead.
I knew squatting was bad. Because again, like I said, we've all heard about squatting, especially here in Philly. But I knew it was bad maybe about 2 years ago, maybe 3, when I was watching this investigative report that I think ABC did or Fox News, one of them news stations did. And it was like a 15 fucking minute segment. And I watched it. How these people were squatting here in Philly and how these people went on vacation, and when they came home from vacation, the locks on their house was changed. And these people were trying to figure out what was going on. By then, these people, of course, had, mail and stuff being... Oh, God. And they did a report on them. And then the people, they were watching as the news cameras were out there, Kevin, as God is my witness. As the news cameras were out there doing a report, the people were coming home, the squatters were coming home with grocery store.
I seen that.
From
sure did.
Grocery store.
That was in Detroit, I think.
No, I thought it was here in Philly.
It was a black lady. It was a black lady.
That wasn't in Philly?
No, that was Detroit.
But when they showed it here in Philly.
Yeah, they showed it on all 5 stations. Letting you know what was going on. But it was the way she was reporting the story for me.
It was bringing groceries home. While the cameras were recording them. And they were just getting out the car with the groceries. And it's not even their house. And they got a key to a house that does not belong to them.
Yeah. I'm going to find it because I remember that.
Oh. That's when I said, oh, yeah, can't nobody stay with me. You cannot stay here. And you think you're going to put me out of mind?
Shit.
Oh, no. And it was a nice house. Is that? I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it.
It could have been.
That couldn't have been 7 years ago. That said 7 years ago. I said 3 years ago. You mean tell me it was that long ago?
I gotta find the story.
I think that's it though, Kevin. Because it was on a nice block.
It was a black lady doing it.
Didn't she run over her feet? What'd she do to her feet that she looked down? Or they throwing stuff out the window.
Mm-hmm. No, I was trying to find it. But yeah, I really remember that story.
I don't care how sad the story is. Don't let nobody stay at your house. I don't care how sad the story is. Because that's when motherfuckers don't want to leave. Don't let nobody come stand in your house. Tell them to take that sob story around the corner. Because I don't have no room in here for you. But it's only you in there. Yeah, but it's me and all my things in here. I don't have no space for you and your things. And then if you ever notice somebody who's squatting always either got kids or pets. It's either kids or pets that they have.
Yep, it was just a...
it's horrible.
Yeah, I'm glad we ain't never had to do that. Or Barbara invited somebody in who, well, I mean, her grandkids and stuff. But yeah, other people that didn't want to leave, you know.
But still, you know, you have people who will permanently take over someone's home and look at them and tell them, like that man did on that show, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You got too much.
And they were sleeping in the same bed.
They was
like, bitch, he would have been dead.
Kevin. Kevin.
Bitch.
First of all, my boss would not have seen me until I got him out. I said, I'm taking all my I'm going to keep taking my sick and vacation days until I get him out. But that'll probably only be a day and a half. Because he's going to get out.
Right.
He's getting out. I would have made such a scene that he would have had no choice but to want to get out. Because I would have started off with his belongings. First of all, that man didn't stay in that house all day. There were times when he left. So therefore, that would have been your opportunity to open a window and throw everything out. Throw everything out. Throw everything the fuck out.
He probably would have
Get
called
the
the cops.
but he does not. But I don't know who he is. You know what I would have said? Not only do I not know who he is, but this person was getting mail sent to my place, and I kept sending it, returning the sender. Because I don't know who he is. He don't have no bills in here. He don't have nothing.
Damn sure wasn't paying nothing.
Right. He damn sure wasn't paying nothing.
Nope.
Tell him to pull up anything that he was paying. I don't know who this man is. He kept getting stuff here, and you know what I looked at the officer and said, officer? Because I don't play no squatting stuff. So if this is what he thinks that this is going to be, it's not. So you better take him away from me because I don't know who he is. You mean to tell me that man ain't never leave the apartment in all them years he was living with you, and you had the audacity to allow his stuff would have been out the window the very moment he left out of that apartment to go on any errands that he was going on.
And I remember the one with the Asian, with the Latina girl getting killed. I remember that story. That was on CNN.
With
the Asian
guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Him too.
Yeah, I remember that.
The way he did her.
Yeah.
And you know he could have got away with it had he not been going to that library searching and stuff. Just do it and leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know, but you kept going back and search.
Yeah. They got his ass real good. And they knew he was a suspect.
Yeah, they knew he was a suspect.
Yeah.
Well, tell her he that's again, you letting these people move into your home. You don't. First of all, Kevin, I would never feel comfortable closing my eyes at night knowing that there's a stranger in the next room.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who the stranger's calling over. I don't know who the stranger may bring over while I'm asleep. You know what I mean? I don't know if I will open my door to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and a stranger's standing there with a gun or a knife.
Yeah. The only thing I've been thinking, like, okay, because I've really been thinking about this, is that, okay, it might be time to, like, buy a house. Because everything is so high in Kevin.
Yeah.
Rent is like,
Kevin,
for all this money
it makes no sense
that you pay for rent, you can pay and get a mortgage.
Go get a mortgage. And then the mortgage would be cheaper than what you're paying in the rent.
And then I would get somebody that I know, or like friends, move in, you get a room, somebody get a room. And y'all
then help you pay that.
Yeah, we're going to pay this also. Like,
the only person I can really see you having a roommate is Eddie.
Yeah.
That's the only person.
Yeah, Eddie, Tashin. Because Tashin talking about the same thing, but I'm like, maybe. You know, he talking about buying a house and then renting a room out or whatever. I wouldn't mind that, you know, but rent is too fucking high.
See, I'm like Whoopi Goldberg. I don't want nobody staying with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Whoopi Goldberg's the same way. She said, no, I don't want nobody staying with me.
Yeah, but what I do like my freedom, and I do like nobody not knowing what I'm doing. Like, I do like that.
But I know you do. Listen, I know you do.
I said, why I didn't do this a long time ago?
Right. Well, you did.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out very well.
Yeah. Yeah, that sure didn't.
No, it didn't.
That sure didn't. But yeah, so it's been
that apartment was bigger than this one too. But that apartment wasn't a studio, was it?
It was a studio.
Yeah, but it was a bigger studio.
It was bigger. like it was like much like wider, like longer.
Yeah, it was longer. Yeah.
They didn't give me like. I remember they didn't.
Because you had a big living room. You had a big living room. Mm-hmm. It was just like you said. It was longer. It was much longer.
Yep. They had a nice size. The bathroom was definitely bigger than this. Mm-hmm.
From the outside, you would never think that it because it was nice in there.
Yeah, it just didn't have a refrigerator. Like I would have to buy a refrigerator because they had one of those mini refrigerators. I would have to buy a refrigerator to put in there. But everything else, it was nice. I had that. Remember, we had that big couch. Mm-hmm. I had an area for my desk and for my TV.
This right here, that's the stuff that I just hate with the couches and stuff. Did you pay somebody to move that in here, or you?
Well, the couch. I paid them to bring the couch in. Yeah, they brought it in with no problem. Oh, I mean, it was 2 young guys and then the guy that drives the truck. Mm-hmm. And like once he seen they couldn't maneuver it right.
Yeah, because you got narrow stairs. Yeah.
He came up in here and got them to flip it over and bring it up, and they brought it right up in here.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, I gave him some money. I tipped them too.
Yeah. You tipped them and gave them money?
Well, I ain't giving them no money in their hands. I did it through Cash App. Oh. Because when they seen the lights on, they was like, well, what you do? Like, they was asking me what I do for a living.
Right, there was the fucking porno scene up in here. Like, what is all these lights lit up like this for?
Damn, I probably could do my OnlyFans.
You probably could.
Or help somebody else get an OnlyFans in direct.
Listen.
Look, Tom, you got to get the
money. You don't need a big space. Money. You don't need a big space, and this is the perfect space.
No, that's a nice bed. Turn the lights around.
And I'm sure everybody at work during the day in this building, so you can make all the noise you want.
Well, listen, I don't care. I'll make noise if they hear or not.
I know that's right. Yeah, listen. Hey, you pay. You took the word right. Took the word right out of my mouth.
Pay for this.
I'll pay for this spot.
If I'm not stomping and stepping, all right.
But if I'm having a half an hour of sexual bliss, you just gonna have to listen.
Have a good time. Now, I've never heard nobody else in here have a good time. But I know for sure I have a good time. Yeah. And when it comes to that moment, and if you're doing a real good job,
oh boy. I had one of those moments the other day, baby. I kept saying, like, wait a minute, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Wait, I don't think I've ever felt this before.
I'm telling you, it was somebody that clapped. I mean, he clenched. I'm sorry, this is not for y'all. But I mean, we went that down.
I had a good time the other day. I really did. I had a pulse.
And didn't I said, bitch, if you don't get off me. Yeah. Oh, but I did have somebody at one time that they fell asleep on my couch and would not get up. And I said, you have to go. I have to go to work. I was lying. Like, I have to go to work. Come on, let's go. Let's go. He would not get up. Oh, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Time to go.
Time to go.
Never invited him back. Ever. He called me like, yeah, I'm busy. No, you ain't never coming back here. Because you didn't, he was on something. But he wasn't saying nothing to him no more. But he did a good job. Makael! You make sure that ain't get the... I'm trying to see who was that. Who is... Did somebody I know... Was they sleep? Do they know that picture exists?
We had a good time that night too. That's an old picture though.
Do you still talk to them?
No, not really.
A whole mess. Well, listen, everybody. We had a good video today. Now I'm trying to make sure I ain't missed. I'm sure stuff I missed. I'm glad that Pete Davidson is taking up. Yes, I knew that was him. I knew it. Now he's just I've always wanted to sleep with him. And y'all know him too, but I can't tell y'all how. You may have met him.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Is that how y'all initiated that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I need you to.
Yeah. But yeah, I would cut up with him too.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, fun. I had it.
Okay. I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. But I knew it. I knew it. Because I said, that looked like this. And I said, no, that's some other straight guy. But, yes, go ahead, Makael. I am not mad.
Good time.
I am really not mad.
I had a good time. I'm going to tell you more after we turn this off, though. Because I can't say everything I can.
But I wanted to say, Pete Davidson and Kanye, I'm not mad at Pete for finally sticking up for himself.
Yeah.
He making Kanye look stupid.
Mm-hmm. But there are Kanye West fans that are still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Candy's show. Have you watched it yet?
No, not yet.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Candy got a cute show, but Candy, this is the problem with your businesses. Okay. You keep bringing back people that left. Okay. Maybe they might be good for TV or whatever, and that's why you hiring them back. But if they work for you and they left, let them stay gone or whatever. Or let them just be hired just for the show. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep them there because you need people that's going to work for you, that's going to be consistent and stay in their positions, and people that can be professional. I mean, but I know we're dealing with a bunch of black people. You hiring a young staff. So everyone is not going to be on a professional level. You are not McCormick and Schmidt or whatever. You're not. What other professional restaurant you go to? Everything is professional. You're not that, okay? People come there for chicken. People come there for waffles and collard greens and to meet you and your aunts and stuff like that. How professional do y'all need to be? Okay, y'all going to have drinks. You might have little events and stuff like that. This is not the place to be.
This is not the Lanithia.
Yeah. I mean, now that looks like it could be very professional. Now, I like the little gigs and stuff.
And all that.
Yes. I love that.
I think that's
not what Candy has going.
And I think that's why Nene is, that's why, I'm assuming, but I think that's why we're not really hearing too much crazy stuff about her place. Because, listen, you can't come here with all that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I think I heard people mad about they had to pay the park.
In a free parking lot. Well,
I have never heard about the service being bad.
Yeah.
But one time somebody tried to say Nene went and talked to them.
Yeah, but that's
Nene
something
was going
different.
through something.
That's something totally different.
Yeah. And Candy, we got this guy that's working, his name's Philip. Now, Philip is nice looking, nice teeth, nice body. But every time you see them, the black guys, you always know they not with nobody black. And then he was somebody Brazilian. And I'm not mad, but I'm just like, see, I knew it was something. Mm-hmm. And then he talks down to the people on the show. That's the turnoff on the show because he has this arrogance where, like, I'm up here and you're down here. You're an hourly employee. Like, okay, but you don't know what it is about that hourly employee that gets people to keep coming back here. Right. It's not just Candy. If you got your regulars there, it's everybody in there that works there that brings them together. But I'm just tired of him being such a just so stuck up. Just I'm up here, you're down here, and we're going to do it this way. And if you don't want to do it this way, you can go home. Don't nobody want somebody to suck the air out of a place, and that's what he is. Now it was nice that they showed him with his boo and everything. Like that was a nice part, but like he doesn't laugh. It's just And then I'm glad one of the guys got him together on the show, Torrin. One of the guys that just came back, Torrin got him together, and there was nothing else basically he can say. But and then you got the family drama, of course. I like it. I like that Bravo was giving Candy something. It's not. I don't think it's nothing like that show Vanderpump. What is it? The Vanderpump Rules or whatever. Yeah. But I'm glad that Candy got a spinoff or something. It gives us something until the Housewives come. But Candy, you gotta stop hiring all your family and shit like that. You gotta, if you really want it to be that professional place, then you gotta get rid of a lot of people in there. And that includes your family. Because there should be no nepotism going on, and it should just be a professional thing. Like if you want to have your family open up another restaurant. But this is not that type of place. It's just like a place where people come to eat, they want to meet you, they want to meet your aunts, they want to meet your mom. And yeah, how professional does it need to be? Just don't burn the food, and make sure that y'all are not serving food at You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just don't have a dirty ass, bum ass restaurant.
Right.
But make it a place where people can come and have fun. Yeah, but that guy Philip, he takes the air out of the show when he's on the air because he's too much. Even you wouldn't be like that, and I know you know how to get your point across to people.
Right. But not like that.
But not like that.
Right.
Like not even nobody at my job. And we are a whole bunch of black people. And you got people that been in different positions. You got people that, you know, they know how to be professional. They know how to keep it on, but they don't make you feel like, oh well, you can just go home. You ain't gonna talk to them right, but you don't have to do this, and you can just clock out and go home. Don't nobody even talk like that at my job. And even though it be times when people be sleep or don't want to work and stuff like that, don't nobody be like, oh, you don't want to do this, go home, clock out. Like no, we all respect each other, and that's what you don't see at that place that you see at my job with a bunch of black people. All right.
Oh, that's right.
Candy, stop hiding your family and shit. It's cool sometimes, but that's where your problem lies. Cause they slack on. I'm Candy's cousin, so I can do what the fuck I want to do.
They don't have any type of professional.
Yeah. So we got everything. I want to see that Bad Boy show. If anybody got a Zeus account.
Well, Andrew Caldwell just posted and said that he's not on the show, and they're using his stuff, and he's calling his lawyers. They're using his stuff without his girl. Bye. You signed them papers. That's why you was in front of them cameras. Now you mad.
Yeah, I wanna see it. I want to
see it too because it looks good.
Yeah. If anybody got Zeus, because I can't keep paying all these networks. Okay. Right. Now they said that it's cheaper to have streaming than cable. I'm paying more for streaming than cable, because I'm paying the cable bill. And first of all, I'm paying the internet bill. Then I'm paying Hulu, and then I'm paying Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, Apple. I got rid of Spotify. I'm paying too much.
Why don't you cancel your subscriptions until you know that something's good is going to be on there? Because that's what I do.
You know, that's why I can't now, because I like to watch Bel Air. I know Bel Air come on Thursdays.
Well, when this season is over, you need to cancel the subscription.
HBO, but then the Bust Down all the episodes are there. Then Amazon, they split up Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but then again, Amazon also has Judge Judy, and she's somebody I watch when I come home from work. I know it's a new episode there every time I come home from work. So it'll mess up my routine. So I'm going to just have to probably spend a couple $.
Yeah, because when you stop and think about it, everybody says do like you said they said to do, but then when you think about it, it kind of equals up to the same thing.
Then you splitting with people, but then, bitch, man, I'm trying to deal.
Well, y'all have a good night, because I got to get to work.
Yeah, and don't forget what you was about to tell me, too.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't forget. Thank y'all for watching.